I'm working for this company for the past 10 years. No increment, no bonus. Getting salary for namesake only. It comes in the bank and goes towards the credit card payments. Can't go for any vacation trips either. Third quarter also completed. I'm not able to get profits for my department. What should I tell the manager?
Hey, what happened? Why are you talking to yourself? Do you have a Bluetooth or what?
Nothing. I was thinking about my department results. I hired my relatives and friends thinking that working together would be fun and they will understand my interest. But things turned out differently. They are taking leniency and don't work. I have to sit after office hours and finish their work. I'm not able to take this burden anymore.
Oh, exactly same thing happening with me also. I too hired people from my neighborhood with the intention of helping them, but now I'm not able to fire them out of my compassion.
Really? I'm little relaxed now. I thought my department is the only one. At least I have some company.
They have become a headache. I have to deal with them here and outside also. I cannot demand them to work. If they get upset, then when I go to the get togethers, then I will be left alone. Even our children would be alone if their kids are not there to play.
Recently, we celebrated Varalakshmi Vidam at my house and most of my team members attended it. It was so good to see them and their families, their happy faces and smiles. The thought of firing them itself is very, very frightening as they will lose their happiness. I don't want to incur sin by becoming a reason for that.
You're right. The job market is also not very good at this time. It would be very difficult for them to find a job and they might not be able to sustain and become homeless. I don't want to destroy their families.
Hey, we are in a tight spot. If we think about saving their paychecks, I'm really afraid we might lose our paychecks. Our house, car, all are on mortgage. How will we be able to survive? I'm not able to decide anything on this.
Let us see what happens. Either we stay together here or leave together from here.
Hey, why are you discussing here?
There are CCTV cameras all over the office, but this spot is safe as manager would not be able to hear our conversation.
You are mistaken. The CCTV camera here also. Look over there.
What? That means the manager can come here anytime. Here he is.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Why you people are looking so dull? I have been observing you from the last 6 months. I know something is fishy, so I had installed CCTV cameras to check what's going on. Today, I got that reason because of the CCTV cameras.
Oh, you heard everything? And you know what's going on in our departments and their results?
I am not worried about the results, but I know why this is happening. Okay, let me ask you this. Did any one of you have read Bhagavad Gita as part of your curriculum, either in your school or in college?
Bhagavad Gita? But sir, that's not even related to the problems that we are facing. We don't see any relevance with Bhagavad Gita here.
I know, but did you at least read chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita?
Sir, we belong to an atheist family. We don't believe in the existence of God. So, no question of reading a spiritual book like Bhagavad Gita.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight. If we keep Bhagavad Gita at home, we will be also fighting among ourselves. So we don't want to keep it at home. I am following the same tradition that my elders follow.
We have it at home, but I haven't read it as I'm busy with my life and goals. And I don't see any need of reading Bhagavad Gita. It didn't help me clear my competitive exams. Didn't help me come here. Not in getting job. That is only for old people, not professionals like us.
Not only that, but Bhagavad Gita is also played Only when death happens in the family, I remember hearing Puttina Vadiki Maranam Tappudu.
Okay, from your answers, I understood that you guys don't have any idea about Bhagavad Gita. You mentioned that Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight because Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and so Krishna wants Arjuna to do his dharma.
That means if Arjuna was a working professional like you, he would have instructed differently.
Exactly, you got the point now.
Can you explain how Bhagavad Gita is relevant to the situation that what we are facing now?
Let me explain to you chapter 1, what exactly it has. It covers 4 points. Number 1, Duryodhana's preparation for war. Number 2, signs of victory. Number 3, Lord Krishna as Bhaktavatsala. And number 4, Arjuna's doubts about the war.
But sir, Duryodhana is a Kshatriya, so he is preparing for the war. We are professionals in the corporate world. How is the first point connected to us?
Does not matter. Since Duryodhana is a Kshatriya, battlefield is his workplace. For you, this office is your battlefield. Your team is your army. Before taking up any project, you do some preparation. You recruit the members of your team based on their strengths to help you with the project. That preparation is nothing but chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita.
Nice analogy, sir.
Once the armies were analyzed by Duryodhana in verses 1 through 11, next, the signs of victory made it evident that the Pandavas will win the war.
But sir, war means either winning or losing. How is it applicable to us? Who are we fighting against?
In your case, winning means reaching the targets set by the company. Are you able to reach your target? Not even 50%. You know why? Because you have recruited your relatives and friends. You have shown partiality. Therefore, these are all signs of losing, not signs of victory. In chapter 1, you can clearly see the signs of victory of Pandavas from verses 12 through 20.
What is wrong in hiring friends and relatives?
Nothing wrong when they are qualified. But ask yourself if you have done justice to the position by hiring them. Where there is injustice, there cannot be signs of victory. Signs of victory are only present there where dharma is followed.
Sir, what is dharma?
Everything that you see around, you have a dharma. For fire, it is burning, irrespective of what it comes in contact with. Either a small boy or a piece of wood. It won't discriminate. For ice, it is melting. For human, it is Manava Dharma, Matru Dharma, Pitru Dharma, Vidyarthi Dharma, Udyoga Dharma, Pati Dharma, Patni Dharma, and so on. As a manager, you have dharma to protect your employees and also reach your company's targets. For that, you need to plan. If you follow dharma, then you will have signs of victory.
That means you're saying that if we follow dharma, we will see signs of victory. What signs of victory did Pandavas get?
Pandavas followed dharma all their life. So they had Lord Krishna himself on their side and they had Hanuman on Arjuna's flag. The conch shells which Krishna and Arjuna blew were transcendental, and when the conch shells from Pandavas blew, it shattered the hearts of the Kaurava army.
Sir, what are the other sections in this chapter?
Yes, the first one is preparation. Whom to take as your employees to achieve your goals and should not be partial while selecting. Second, you will get signs of victory. The third one being Lord Krishna is Bhaktavatsala. So you find it in verses 21 through 27. In your case, Krishna is Bhaktavatsala in the sense our managing director should be pleased with the service that you are doing. Do you think he will be pleased with all that you have done? No, he is not pleased. He is very angry on all of you. If you have done the proper preparation and got signs of victory, then he would have behaved like a Bhaktavatsala for you. If you ask for 100% bonus, he will give you 200% bonus. He will protect you in all situations. But now, will he do that?
Sir, we recruited our friends and relatives, but how can we fire them through they are not performing well?
Yeah, I know you guys have different arguments like Arjuna had on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which he gave in verses 28 through 46. Let's start with compassion. You are talking about bodily compassion. That is not going to help. Arjuna also gave the same reason in verses 28 through 30.
What were his other reasons?
Just like you were talking about Varalakshmi Ratham and no enjoyment without them, he was also thinking how he can enjoy the kingdom without his relatives in verses 31 through 35. But you don't need to worry about all that. He who has given us life and taken care of all your necessities will also provide what is necessary for you at that time. What will you do if they have to relocate you due to job or some other visa issues? What will you do then? Will you able to stop them?
Not sure. That is not in our control.
There was also a mention of attaining sin if you fire them. Will you not incur sin if you don't do your duty properly? Arjuna mentioned the same reason in verses 36 through 38.
But it is true that their families will suffer if they lose the job.
Even Arjuna was thinking that he would be the reason for destroying the family traditions in verses 39 through 43. Given the situation currently, if the company decides to fire them, then will another job be waiting for them? What if you lose your job? Whom will you blame? Is it not because of you that the company is incurring losses and planning the layoffs?
Oh, that did not strike me.
If a person is given multiple chances and still is not able to make use of it, then he should be ready for what follows next. Duryodhana also had multiple chances to stop the Kurukshetra war. Either he would have given half of his kingdom or just 5 villages to Pandavas. Even Lord Krishna went on behalf of Pandavas to Duryodhana to negotiate, but he was very adamant.
Bhagavad Gita is so relevant to us. We never thought Bhagavad Gita will be applicable in our practical life. It is an eye-opener. Just in chapter 1, we have so many things to learn. Now, we have realized what needs to be done. Maybe it will not be possible in this quarter, but we promise to follow from now so that we can see the difference in Q1 next year.
Yes, we are planning to have sessions on every weekend where we can all gather. We will also have basics of Bhagavad Gita in that session so that they will know about their dharma as an employee and get rid of the cheating propensity. We can fire them, but what is a guarantee that the people whom we are hiring will not have the same kind of mentality? Our plan is to teach Bhagavad Gita. It might take a couple of months for us, but at the end, if we don't see any change in them, then we can fire the current employees and hire new people. But they will be given enough chances before taking that decision.
But sir, why Bhagavad Gita? We don't want our company to turn into a religious institution.
Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book. It is the manual of life. It is taught at Oxford University as a part of management courses. According to Bhagavad Gita, a leader should be determined and focused on what he has to do. He shouldn't be bothered by either obstacles or pressures on the way. He should follow the right path with willpower and perseverance. The testing times get the best out of a leader.
We were not aware of this. This book is a treasure of knowledge.
Duryodhana was very adamant. So the Pandavas had no other option rather than fighting and taking the kingdom back. You guys are thinking very positively now. You are ready to give them chances.
Sure, sir. From now, we will be advising them by referring to our scriptures and encourage them to do their dharma.
That would be the right thing to do. I totally support you guys. By the way, I have good news for you guys. I will convince our managing director to arrange bonuses for all of you for this year because I have seen transformation in you. From now on, every one of you should follow Dharma.
Sure, sir.
Now compare chapter 1 with your practical life.
First point is preparation of war. Here we are preparing for the project, meaning whom to hire.
Nicely said. What is next?
Second is signs of victory. If we follow dharma, signs of victory will follow you.
Exactly. Next.
Third point is Krishna as Bhaktavatsala. Managing director will be pleased with our service if we follow dharma. He becomes supportive to us in all situations.
Good. And the last one?
Arjuna's argument for not fighting. First point is compassion that Arjuna has shown towards his relatives and friends. Here we are also doing the same thing by thinking on bodily platform.
Second point was enjoyment. If he kills everyone, with whom will he enjoy? If we fire everyone, who will be there with us for partying?
The third one is fear of sinful reactions. We are thinking that by firing them we will get sin. But we forgot that not following dharma is a greater sin.
The last one was restrictions of family traditions. Arjuna was thinking that if all the elders die, then there won't be any advisors to follow family traditions. We were also thinking the same way. If they lose the job, they will go to different places. The husband and wife will be in two different places and the family will get disturbed. But we are forgetting the dharma that we need to do.
Very nicely said. I'm impressed. Can any one of you explain the chapter 1 in one sentence?
Chapter 1 is nothing but problem definition. In our life, we have a lot of problems. Once we define the problem, we can find the solution like Arjuna had the problem and Krishna gave the solution in the remaining chapters of Bhagavad Gita.
Good. So we have seen that Bhagavad Gita is applicable to each and every one of us, irrespective of which stage of life or occupation we are in. Let's read some important slokas from chapter 1.
Sloka 1. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta mamakah pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. It starts with dharma and ends with jaya. So where there is dharma, jaya or victory is automatically following.
Yes, you are analyzing nicely now.
Shloka 2. Sanjaya uvacha društva tu pandavanikam vyudham duryodanastada acharyamupasangamya raja vachanam abravit. Duryodhana gets down from the chariot and goes to Dronacharya. But sir, he should have gone to the army chief Bhishma.
Can any one of you think and tell why?
If he goes to Bhishma, then he will still get the advice to give 5 villages to Pandavas and stop the war. Even in practical life, we only approach people who praises us.
Next, go to sloka 20.
Ath vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajah pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavah Rishikesham tada vakyam idamahamahipate. This sloka says that the chariot of Arjuna had a flag marked with Hanuman. This is one of the signs of victory.
Let's see sloka 24.
Sanjaya uvacha eva mukto Hrishikesho gudakeshena bharata senayor ubhayor majye stapayitva radhottamam. Krishna as Bhaktavatsala placed the chariot in the midst of both parties when Arjuna told him to.
Can we hear next sloka, please?
Sloka 44. Aho bhata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yatrajya sukalopena hantum swajanam udayataha. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. We are intent on killing our own kinsmen. Arjuna, filled with compassion, decided not to fight.
I'm really happy to see that you guys are putting efforts to understand the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hope this knowledge helps you when needed. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.